This is Bob. Bob sees his investor friends buying the most luxurious cars every year. He then decides to take action and invest. Bob starts working in a minimum wage job. He's so excited to finally make his own money. But wait, every paycheck Bob receives ends up hitting underneath his bed. Oh no, Bobby, why are you not investing your hard-worked money as promised? Years pass by, and Bob finally saved enough money to buy his dream car. At least that's what he thought. He goes to the car dealership and ends up facing the harsh reality of what's called inflation.
Yes! 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 No! No! No!
The car he saw a year ago, worth $10,000, now is worth $20,000. See, ever since I discovered my passion about the finance world, the one thing that I could never understand was, why does money lose value even though it's just a piece of paper? I used to have this idea that physical money cannot be replicated and therefore not losing value. And that, my friends, is a Bob mindset to have about money. Money indeed does lose value, not because you're saving it underneath your bed, but because of inflation. As more money is being printed, the money in circulation becomes less valuable. The result is that there's so much money being printed over the years that Bob's money slowly started to lose value because prices are increasing to keep up with the amount of money being printed. That's why investing your money in strategically stocks and index funds is so important. Not only does your money gain value due to the stock's interest and dividends, but it prevents you from losing huge percentages of its value in a matter of a couple of years. And this brings me to the first question of this video. How do I make money from investing in stocks? First things first, we cannot forget about the inflation issue. In the last 60 years, the average inflation rate was 3.8%. In a perfect world, you would be aiming at to put your money into a savings account that would generate 8 to 10% per year, which would beat inflation. Given that it's not the case, it will never be, the optimal approach to achieve these results is by investing in the stock market. Now let's explore what exactly a stock is. A stock represents a fractional ownership stake in a publicly traded company. When you purchase a stock, you become a shareholder in that company. And when you are a shareholder, there are two ways you can make money. First one being capital gains. Let's say you buy a share of Apple. If the price of that purchase goes up, you can sell it for more than you paid and therefore make profit out of that investment. Simple and effective. Second one being dividends. Dividends are regular payments to shareholders. They are a portion of the company's earnings that are distributed to its shareholders as a reward for holding their shares. This is a really good strategy for the long run because of the compound interest of what the company generates. If you're able to invest $250 per month at an 8% annual rate, in 42 years, you'll be looking around at $1 million, which means you become a millionaire. Do you see where we're going with this? The real secret ingredient for this millionaire formula is time and patience, which brings me to how much money should you invest? Financial investors would probably look at you and say, as much as possible, as much as you want. However, big brain time, I have a different opinion. Currently, I still make most of my money by working at a bank. And for now, I only use the stock market to slowly grow my wealth over time. I invest my money and I don't look at it until the next day or the next week, the next year I want to incorporate more to my portfolio. Again, remember that time is your best friend here. But hey, I'm not a psycho that does not want to have fun as well. I've also had great experiences in life. From going shooting with friends, traveling to some parts of the world, and even saving an extra money to enjoy a really nice and fancy restaurant with my girlfriend. If I had invested all of that money into the stock market, then I would have missed out on so much in life. So then, my answer to your question is to invest using a strategy called 70-20-10 rule, where you'll be splitting 70% of your money on living expenses, 20% on investments, and 10% you keep to yourself to have some fun. What motivates me the most is that it's good to enjoy life. There's nothing better than eating, resting, and having a good time. These are the things that make all the hard work worth it during the days we're giving under the sun. With this mentality, you'll be much better equipped to ride the ups and downs of life than the rest of the 99% of people. That's great, isn't it? But how do you buy stocks? There's a great list of apps that allow you to invest in stocks. The three most popular ones being Robinhood, Webull, and TD Ameritrade. I will be linking them below so you can download them. I personally prefer using the Webull platform, but as a starter, I highly recommend using the Robinhood account because of how user-friendly it is. The actual benefit of using these apps is that they allow you to invest in fractional shares. Let's say you want to invest in Apple but don't have $189.46 to buy a share, let's say. Well, now you can invest as little as $1 and eventually keep funding your account. This allows you to have investing experience with little to no risk of losing thousands of dollars. Now, the obvious question is, Felipe, what are the best stocks to invest? And the answer is, it's relative. See, people have different approaches when it comes to investing money. Some of them are just trying to make a quick money, while others are slowly but steadily growing their accounts, getting ready for long-term gains. As a day trader myself, I tend to think that quick money is the answer. However, I found more success by focusing on the company's fundamentals. This includes the financials, leadership, and its moral and values. I believe that these are the true information that indicates the longevity of a company. Rather than just dipping in and out for a quick change, strategically investing in a company at the right time and place will place your money for greater success. But the true valuable strategy for the most people relies on index funds, which is, in my opinion, the best and wisest path to choose when it comes to investing. So what is an index fund? This, my friends, is the best way to make money with less effort. Think about a soccer league. Premier League, La Liga, Champions League, you name it. The better a team performs, the higher position it'll be ranked, am I right? But if a team performs badly, the higher are the chances to be removed from the league. See? You've already understood the main concept of what an index fund is in less than 10 seconds. All you have to do now is switch out the teams for companies. Let's pick the S&P 500 as an example. The S&P 500 is one of the most popular index funds out there, containing a list of 500 most popular companies in the US, the big boys being Apple, Google, Amazon, and Tesla. The beauty of an index fund allows you to invest in all of the 500 most well-known companies in the US at once. If 1, 2, or 3 companies do terribly, guess what? Your investment will be secured and will suffer a very mild hit since it will be balanced out by other companies. Yes, you can pick one of these companies and invest all your money into it. However, if the company you picked does poorly, your investment will suffer a major hit since you will not have other companies to use as a cushion to back up your investment. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and I will never advise you on where to invest your money. However, I can provide you my personal opinion on the top 3 index funds for current investing opportunities. First one being Fidelity Zero Large Cap Index Fund. Second, Schwab S&P 500 Index Fund. And third, Vanguard Growth ETF. Again, this is my personal preference, and you should never copy someone's investments if they are not professionally qualified. Now, I knew at some point in this video I had to address the elephant in the room. Is investing risky? It depends on how you define risk and deal with it. In my opinion, being scared of losing money is equivalent to not investing. The strategy here is to have a well-diversified investing portfolio, full of index funds and consistent investments over the years. What investors tend to do is, as you grow older, get closer to retirement, they switch a good portion from their portfolio of index funds to bonds, which we'll be talking about in next videos. At the end of the day, the biggest risk you can ever take is not taking enough risk. Now, for the last question that you might be thinking of, when should I sell my stocks? Your age and financial goals play a big role in this decision. If you're older and have been investing for a while, you might plan to use your investments for retirement by selling them gradually. However, if you're younger, this scenario is less likely. In my opinion, if you're in your 20s or 30s, there are typically 3 good reasons to sell your investments. First one, unexpected financial emergencies, though you should have already set up an emergency fund to handle such situations. Second, underperforming stocks. If you have individual stocks that consistently perform poorly, it could be smart to sell them to limit your losses. However, before rushing to sell, it's essential to consider the broader industry context. If similar stocks are also declining, it's likely an industry-wide issue. And third, if you get rich overnight. In conclusion, the main principle to remember is to hold onto your stocks as long as possible to maximize their growth potential. The strategy is to invest and forget about your money. Give it time, pretend you never invested $8 in your life. By doing this, you will be avoiding impulsive decisions to sell during the market fluctuations. That's the end of the video. I really hope I motivated you to start a journey with me to one day be financially free.